Emily the Criminal is a new film releasing in theaters. And this movie was alright. I didn't really know much about it before I watched it. I get free tickets. I mentioned this again. I mention this like every video now. I work at a movie theater, you know. And so I went to go watch this movie. And I went to watch it not knowing much about it, except it came to like a couple film festivals. I mean, tend to get some movies, so I went to go check it out. This was a decent movie. I think this movie feels like if someone watched Uncut Gems and said, I want to make a female version of that, that's not as good as that. And like, this movie's different than Uncut Gems, but what it is, it's like, you have this character that's kind of thrill seeking, like with this other guy, and they have this kind of relationship, and they start getting into criminal activity, and they just keep going by the end of the movie. And that's kind of interesting. Like, I got into some of the characters throughout this movie. I think this movie could have used some better direction and like style to it. Didn't really feel like it had much of that, but it was like a decent little watch about this girl Emily, who's getting in this criminal stuff and activity for some reason, and but she doesn't. And the actress was actually doing a decent job. Apologize, don't know her name, but she was doing a decent job, and she made me kind of interested in this character and where she was going. I think I just couldn't shake the feeling watching this movie though. Why would I not want to watch this over a better movie like this? There are better movies that have these premises, that, or even Uncut Gems has something to say and explore with this concept, this character who's a this character who's scummy and has to keep seeking like these types of highs from doing these kind of illegal things. I don't know, it was a very weak movie. It was all right, but I don't feel like this was one that's really special. Like, I enjoyed watching it in the moment, but will I remember it? Probably not. And I kind of hope that maybe if the director makes another movie, they can kind of like learn from this and maybe tune out a little bit things and maybe add some more style and flair to it. Because I did enjoy this movie, but not enough to ever really want to rewatch it again or think about it again. And that's kind of unfortunate because you see how this film could have been something more. Could have been kind of a female style Uncut Gems, but it kind of wasn't. I don't know. I'm not saying this is exactly like Uncut Gems. I just felt like the main character of Uncut Gems and how that character would seek thrills and highs from doing what they're doing kind of was similar, and how that led them down kind of a dark path felt very similar, and I don't know, it just felt very weak in this movie.